woman, the Deputy Inspector General, DIG, was sitting in front of her house, lost in thought. Suddenly, a constable came up from behind and hit her with a stick. What happened next, what the DIG did in a fit of rage, was so shocking that it made the ground give way under their feet. So, there's a lot of fun ahead in this video, so be sure to watch it to the end. Friends, the DIG was sitting in front of her house thinking. Sadness was clearly visible on her face. For the last few days, there had been a strange restlessness in the city. One after another, kidnappings were happening, and each time the criminals were not leaving any clues. The DIG closed her eyes and took a deep breath. Just then, a constable came from behind. He had a thick stick in his hand. Without saying anything, he hit the DIG on the head with all his might. The DIG couldn't even scream. Her head reeled and she fell to the ground right there. The constable immediately picked her up and put her in a car. The car headed straight for an old, deserted mansion. The scene inside the mansion was no less than a Hollywood horror film. Dust and cobwebs were spread everywhere. In a corner there was an old table, on which some scattered papers and pens were lying. The constable tied the DIG to a chair. She was moaning in pain. She couldn't understand why all this was happening. Her eyes began to close. She thought this was the last moment of her life. Then, suddenly, another voice was heard. "Sir, it's done. What should we do now?" The constable immediately replied, "Just as we planned. Now their game is over." The DIG somehow opened her eyes. In front of her was a face that stunned her. It was none other than her most trusted sub-inspector, Rakesh. Rakesh slowly put the stick aside and looked at the DIG with a smile. "DIG, ma'am, what did you think? That I would be able to escape you?" Rakesh took a deep breath. "I know you found out my truth, but before you could do anything, I did my job." The DIG shook her head. "I don't understand." "What do you mean?" Rakesh picked up a piece of paper and said, "Look at this. This is the plan of the gang that is kidnapping people in the city. All these people are from your own gang, and their leader is no one but you." The color drained from the DIG's face. She stared at Rakesh. "How did you find all this out?" Rakesh smiled. "I have a spy who is one of your closest people. I can't tell you his name, but he told me all this. I knew you were going to have me killed. That's why I made this plan. I wanted to trap you in your own web. And look, I succeeded." Rakesh tore the paper. "This is all a lie. You made all this up," the DIG said, trying to hide both anger and panic in her voice. "I am not lying. I have proof." Rakesh said, "What proof?" the DIG challenged. Rakesh took out a pen drive and connected it to his phone. "Look at this. Your voice is recorded in it, in which you are planning a kidnapping. And there is one more thing in this pen drive." Rakesh said, "There is a video, in which you are killing a child." The DIG's face turned white. She fell back in her chair. She stared at Rakesh. "You were my most trusted man. You betrayed me." Rakesh shook his head. "I didn't betray you. I caught the truth. You are a criminal. You should be punished." Rakesh dialed a number on his phone. "Hello, DIG. This is Rakesh. I have caught the DIG, ma'am. She is a criminal." Rakesh hung up the phone and looked at the DIG. "Now no one can save you." The DIG stared at Rakesh. There were tears in her eyes. "I am not a criminal. I am a mother. I did all this for my son, to save him." Rakesh shook his head. "You are a mother. That's fine. But that doesn't mean you should commit crimes." The DIG said, crying. "My son was very sick. I needed a lot of money to save him. I asked many people for help, but no one helped me. That's why I chose this path." Rakesh looked at the DIG. There were tears in his eyes too. "I am sorry. I wanted to help your son, but I thought all this would get you punished." The DIG shook her head. "It's not your fault. It's my fault. I did all this for myself." Rakesh untied the rope that had tied the DIG to the chair. "You can go. I will not stop you." The DIG looked. "Why are you doing this?" Rakesh said softly, "I know your story. I know the pain you are going through. I cannot give you any more pain." The DIG hugged Rakesh. "You are like my son. Forgive me." Rakesh said softly, "Forgive me. I bothered you a lot." The DIG said, "You didn't bother me. You showed me the right path. And then, Suddenly, she pushed Rakesh. Rakesh fell to the ground. The Dig immediately picked up the knife lying on the table and stabbed Rakesh. Rakesh fell to the ground. He was covered in blood. He was taking his last breath. "You betrayed me. I couldn't leave you," the Dig said. "And yes, I am a mother. And a mother can do anything for her son." The Dig put the knife on the table and picked up the phone. "Hello, DIG. This is the DIG speaking. Rakesh threatened me. He said he would kill me. I killed him to save myself." The Dig immediately said, "Okay, Dig ma'am. We are coming now." The Dig hung up the phone and looked at Rakesh. "You betrayed me, but you saved me. Thank you." The Dig wiped her hand on the chair. "Now I have to go to my son." And she left from there. After some time, the Dig and his team reached there. The Dig saw Rakesh lying on the ground. He immediately said, "Take Rakesh to the hospital." But Rakesh was dead. The Dig put his hand on his head. "What is all this?" A constable said, "Dig sir, this is the Dig ma'am's story. She killed Rakesh." The Dig shook his head. "I know." The Dig looked at the constable. "I know that the Dig ma'am is a criminal, but I will not arrest her." The constable said, "Sir, why is that?" The Dig said, "The Dig ma'am is my mother." This revelation stunned the entire police force. "Sir, what are you saying?" The constable stammered. The Dig's eyes became moist. "It's true. Rakesh was my most trusted man. He exposed my mother's crimes. I knew why she was doing that." "So, sir, why are you not arresting her?" "This is against justice," another constable said. The Dig took a deep breath. "I know. But I can't see my mother in jail. I have made the most difficult decision of my life." Just then, the Dig's phone rang. "Hello? Yes, I'm coming." The Dig hung up the phone and looked at the constable. "My mother has called me." When the Dig reached his mother's house, he saw that she was sitting peacefully. "Mom, are you okay?" the Dig asked. The Dig ma'am smiled and said, "I am fine, son. I have corrected my mistake. I have killed Rakesh, but I am sad to know that he had collected evidence against me." The Dig looked at his mother. "Mom, you shouldn't have done that. You killed an honest man." The Dig ma'am said, "Yes, I killed an honest man, but he betrayed me. He had collected evidence against me." The Dig said, "Okay, Mom, I will save you, but you have to surrender yourself to the police." The Dig ma'am shook her head. "No, son, I cannot do that. What I did for my son, and I cannot see my son in jail." The Dig looked at his mother. "But Mom, how can I save you? You have killed a policeman." The Dig ma'am said, "I know, but I have a plan. You collect evidence against me, and then arrest me. This will give you justice, and I will be out of jail." The Dig looked at his mother. "What are you saying, Mom?" The Dig ma'am said, "Yes, I am saying that you arrest me. I will be in jail, but I will be with my son. And then when I get out of jail, I will tell you why I became a criminal." The Dig looked at his mother. "Okay, Mom, I will arrest you, but I will tell you that I love you very much." The Dig ma'am hugged her son. "I love you very much too, son." The Dig arrested his mother and took her to jail. But when they reached the jail, the Dig ma'am said, "Son, do you know why I became a criminal?" The Dig said, "No, Mom." The Dig ma'am said, "I became a criminal because I wanted to save my son. I wanted to save you." The Dig looked at his mother. "What are you saying, Mom?" The Dig ma'am said, "I became a criminal because I had no other way. I did all this to save my son." The Dig hugged his mother. "Forgive me, Mom. I misunderstood you." The Dig ma'am smiled and said, "Forgive me, son. I also misunderstood you." The Dig and the Dig ma'am hugged each other, and then the Dig put his mother in jail. The Dig put his mother in jail, but he would visit her every day. One day, the Dig asked his mother, "Mom, are you really a criminal?" The Dig ma'am smiled and said, "Son, whatever I did it for you." The Dig said, "Mom, what are you saying?" The Dig ma'am said, "When you were a child, you were very sick. The doctor said that a lot of money was needed to save you. I spent all my money, but it was not enough. I asked my husband for help, but he refused. I had no other way. That's why I chose the path of crime." The Dig hugged his mother. "Mom, forgive me. I misunderstood you." The Dig ma'am said, Forgive me, son. I also misunderstood you. The Dig and the Dig ma'am hugged each other, and then the Dig took his mother out of jail. But their happiness did not last long. After Rakesh's death, his brother had sworn to take revenge. He was a gangster who had created terror in the city. One night, Rakesh's brother broke into the Dig's house. He took the Dig and his mother hostage. You killed my brother, now I will kill you, Rakesh's brother said. The Dig said, I didn't kill your brother. My mother killed him. Rakesh's brother looked at the Dig's mother. You killed my brother because he was honest. Now I will kill you. The Dig ma'am said, I will die, but I will not let my son die. Rakesh's brother raised the gun and pointed it at the Dig's mother. The Dig risked his life to save his mother. He attacked Rakesh's brother, and then they both started fighting. The Dig killed Rakesh's brother, but in this fight, the Dig was also injured. He was covered in blood. The Dig's mother immediately called an ambulance, and then the Dig was taken to the hospital. When the Dig was in the hospital, his mother told the police that she had killed Rakesh and his brother. The police arrested the Dig's mother, and then she was put in jail. When the Dig came out of the hospital, he came to know that his mother had sacrificed her life to save him. The Dig did everything to get his mother out of jail, but he failed. The Dig's mother was sentenced to life imprisonment. The Dig would visit his mother every day, but she would never talk to him. The Dig was saddened to know that his mother had sacrificed her life to save him. The Dig was not able to get his mother out of jail, but he kept remembering her. The Dig built a school and a hospital to honor his mother's sacrifice, and he named them after his mother. The Dig was an honest police officer, but he never forgot his mother. And with this hope, our video also ends here. And if you liked the video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.